Hi, I'm Brandon Price, Wastewater Manager. I'm here to talk about the City of Gillette's compost program. We offer two types of compost, biosolids and yard waste. We'll talk about yard waste first. We get our material from the city's curbside pickup yard waste program or from residents dropping off yard waste at the yard waste drop-off site. The wastewater consists of grass clippings, leaves, and woody materials like brush and small branches. All the material gets dumped into a large pile and employees go through the pile to pull out any trash that might be contaminating the material. Do not throw your trash away at the yard waste facility or in the yard waste rollout. Once the pile has been checked for trash, the material is separated between grass clippings and branches in a pile. We chip the branches for use in our compost process. Excess wood chips are available to the public for purchase at $20 per cubic yard. The grass pile is used to create berms, which are used to contain grease and food waste from regional restaurants and stores. Then, that is combined into a windrow on the cement slab where the compost process begins. At that point, we add our wood chips. This will create airspace, which is needed during the compost process to help the pile create heat. Using our compost turner to turn the pile over. The turning process aids in getting the material to reach temperature in excess of 137 degrees, where it must remain for a period of 15 days. The material must be turned at least 5 times during that heating period. We then perform some testing on the pile before it heads to our screen, where it separates the wood chips and possible garbage that was missed from the compost and then heads to the sale pile. The other form of compost we sell is our Stone Pile Select Biosolids compost. This compost is different in that it is created from the organics that come into the wastewater treatment plant. These organics move through the plant and mostly get removed in the primary clarifiers, and then it goes to the primary digester where the material will sit for 30 days. This gives the bacteria time to break everything down. Then it moves into our secondary digester where it is stored until we can process it through the centrifuge. The centrifuge will spin at speeds in excess of 3,000 RPMs, separating the liquid from the solids. The liquid goes back to the front end of the plant and then back through the treatment process. The solids will be put onto the compost pad, and just like in the yard waste compost process, it will be put into windrows, wood chips are then added, and then it's turned over until it reaches temperatures above 137 degrees. Once it reaches temperature, it must be turned at least 5 times and remain at temperature for 15 days. This process is heavily regulated by the EPA. We send off several samples to different labs around the country for testing. The yard waste compost also receives some base testing, but it is not as involved as the biosolids. Once the lab results are received, we record the data and ensure that it meets regulatory limits. We then screen the compost and move it into the sale pile. The price is $20 per cubic yard for both types of compost and wood chips. Just some things to keep in mind if you are bringing yard waste out to the facility. Please keep it trash free. Don't bring anything out that's been heavily sprayed with pesticides. And if you bring anything out that you suspect to have an invasive pine beetle, please notify the tenant at the entrance and they will direct you to a different drop-off location for that material. For those of you enrolled in our curbside yard waste pickup program, we request that you do not put any trash in those containers, as it contaminates the material we are composting. Please take note of some important changes. We will not bill compost. We will only be accepting debit and credit cards as payment. No cash or checks. There will be continuous construction in the area throughout the season. Please be cautious when entering and traveling through the facility. This has created a change in the check-in procedure as well. Please enter the facility from Garner Lake Road and proceed to the blue security house for instructions. The yard waste facility is now open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we do load compost 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you have any questions or want additional information, please visit our website at gillettewy.gov or call 686-5274.